Hey y'all, happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Lazy DK, I see you in chat. How's it going? I think we were on Jeff Cross's thing together last night. Interesting stuff going on in the community right now. Um, I'm kind of close to the matter because Jeff's my boss, so uh, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about that on the live stream. I'll let Jeff kind of do most of the talking. Um, I do think the community is hurting. Um, and that's pretty much all I'll say about that. I, I'm just trying to, keep good content coming out and give people in the community something for. I'm trying. We'll see. So so yeah. Yesterday on the stream, we kind of plowed through NGRX stuff. I've got up here. This is our sort of things we accomplished yesterday. We looked at NGRX or NX Cloud. We looked at our current depth graph. We'll take another look at that today, I think. We created an Angular service for our content posts. So we're creating like the social media platform is the idea. Right now, let's see where we're at. Do I still have that? Oops. Let me. I'll get through this first. We introduced NGRX, and we got it so posts update without refreshing after creating a new post via our API. So let's just take a look at that real quick. I'm going to go on full screen for a second while I fix my monitor a little bit. Let's do this up here. I need a new Chrome window over here. Cool. Now let me switch back so we can see what's going on. There we go. Just to give an idea of where we're at, let me make a new thing here. All right, let's do this. We're going to serve the R Circle API. Serve R Circle web app. Web client, I mean. So we're using NX. We've got both of these apps set up, so things just serve everything auto restarts and does all that nice stuff for us. We really didn't set any of that up either, so that's nice. All right, so now we should be able to hit our web client, and this is what we got so far. It's real exciting. But if we can take a look with what we did yesterday, we've got our NGRX stuff set up with our tool sets, with the Redux Dev Store. We're going to create a post that's going to say, "Hey, what's up?" And we can see we had an action to request creating a new post. This caused an HTTP request to go out to our API. Our API added this to sort of like an in-memory array and then sent back the new post that was created. When we got that new post created success message back from the API, we took that and we can look at this is the diff that occurred in our state. So we were able to get this new object here, stick it in with the state, so then inside of our list component here, we could kind of just see it as soon as it came in. So we've kind of completed the cycle on the client side. It doesn't look great. Hopefully next week, I think we'll get to making some actual components for like the displaying a post, creating a post that actually look nice. But we're showing we at least got the data for it now, and I'm liking the data flow. I'd really love at some point down the future to experiment some more with WebSockets, because I think that would be really cool to be able to see like a true like timeline view where as someone else is posting something, it just kind of shows up on your stream without us making a request. It kind of gets pushed to us from the server. The thing I really like about the thing I really like about that is kind of, I don't know. EdgeRx is already set up. Like going to a WebSocket, at least on the client side, wouldn't be all that big of a deal. Like it's just, okay, listen for messages from the WebSocket. When they come in, just throw them in the store. Everything else kind of just remains the same. So cool. That's where we're at with the project right now. The big goal for today, let me move this over here, is to complete the cycle and fulfill the prophecy. We're finally going to bring in Mongo, whereas we were using just in-memory stuff. So, and I'll show how that kind of works. So right now we're just storing things in memory, which means unfortunately if we ever restart the API like I just did, all of our content that users posted is gone. If I refresh this, we're back to just the one dummy post. So even the fact that I posted something, it just kind of went away. So we're going to bring in Mongo to kind of have some more persistent data, and I'm not going to go too crazy into it. I already have Mongo on my machine. If you're wanting to do something with this, just Google homebrew Mongo. It'll give you everything you need to install that. I already ran on this terminal over here the MongoD process to kind of just start Mongo running. And so now MongoD is like I think the D is for daemon. Oh, on Windows. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. There's probably something on the Mongo website for just installing with Windows. Let me see if we can find it. Let's Google Mongo. Chocolate or scoop. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Do they not have like a getting started thing here? Get started. I don't want to sign up. I just want to download crap. Oh, gotcha. So I'm not super familiar with Windows. Not that I dislike it. Just my entire development life has kind of been on Mac. I want to switch to Linux at some point, but yeah. I don't know, man. If maybe you can. I would imagine if there's any like similar installation managers for Windows, they'd probably have Mongo. It's pretty common. It's frustrating though that their website doesn't just have a way you can just click a button to get it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go try to push ahead with this. So LazyDK, I don't know if you just want to follow along for now or maybe come back to it later. Yeah. So in my terminal here, I'm just going to run the Mongo command. So over here, running MongoD, it starts like the Mongo daemon to make the process start. So it's kind of like having a database running locally on our machine. Running Mongo is like running the Mongo client. We've got some setup warnings here. I think that's okay. So it's kind of like giving me a CLI into the process over here. So I think I already have like some databases on here. So if I'm remembering this command line stuff from Mongo right, I think we could just like show DBs. We already have like an RCircle database on here. I'm actually going to delete that because this is one I did for kind of like snooping out some stuff. So I'm just going to Google real quick how to delete MongoDB because I'm actually not sure. Mongo delete DB. It's probably pretty simple. Select the database, use, and then you just drop it. DB drop database. Okay. So let's do that. We're going to use the use RCircle. So now we're switched to the RCircle DB. And we're going to do db.drop. It's not a function. Is that not what it said to do? Let's see. Maybe I read that wrong. Drop the database. Drop database. DB database. There you go. So now if we run show DBs, our circle should be gone. So these are the three you'll probably see if you're just starting a new installation from scratch. So yeah, let's jump into code. I honestly don't know if this is the correct thing to do, but I am going to. This is how I like to do things. I think you could probably say I create too many libs. That would be fair. But I'm going to make a new lib right now for a node lib. I'm using the console plugin for VS Code. I'm going to call this library named Mongo. Pretty much all I'm going to do in this lib is just export a Mongo client so that I can just use it in my other things. So we'll make this, and then we'll kind of bring up the depth graph, and we can kind of talk about how this should all work. And we want this to go into our backend directory. I'm not going to click any of this stuff, I don't think. Are there two publishables? Oh, buildable and publishable. Yeah, that all looks good. It's going to create all this crap. Looks good. And so we're going to go ahead and run that. And then we'll see inside of our libs here, we have our Mongo. Oh, maybe I named this wrong. It looks like that's a specific folder for a specific icon for something named Mongo. It gave us this one file here. We're just going to rename that to just Mongo. I'm going to delete the spec file. And here we're going to export from that. Inside of our Mongo, well, we're going to want to do something first. So I'm going to want to, in this file, create a Mongo client, connect it, and then export that client. And then whenever I need this in one of my other modules for the backend, like for the content post, that's where we'll go first. We're going to just import the Mongo client from here, and it should be all set for us. So for right now, I need to first npm install Mongo. So this is going to give us, I'm not going to use Mongoose in this. I've been burned by Mongoose in the past. I started using Mongoose when like TypeScript was very young, and I hated it because there wasn't really good typing for it. And it was like, I don't know. It was like there were two typing systems competing with each other at all times. It was really, really easy for them to get out of sync. I also don't know if that's the case anymore, if they've like fixed that and tightened that up. But I actually kind of prefer just using the regular old Mongo driver. And then, so now that we've installed that, we're also going to install as a dev dependency types / Mongo. Oh, did I do this wrong? I think I did. I've totally installed some potentially malicious thing. Let's see. Let's undo some of that. We got Mongo. I think I'm pretty sure I want MongoDB. Let's see. Let me check my other thing here. Make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. Yeah, I definitely want MongoDB. I don't know what Mongo is. Let me check that out. npm Mongo. Oh, MongoDB. So this is the official one. 1 million weekly downloads. What's Mongo? It's probably going to be like something with like 5 hits. 9 years ago. Oh no. I bet most of these installs are people accidentally installing it like I just did. Oh well. Hopefully that didn't do anything terrible. Get rid of this. And we'll just kill this. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to, this is why I should always make sure I know what I'm doing. Install MongoDB. I'm kind of intrigued about what this is now. No license. One dependency on MongoDB. It may be legitimate actually. Like this may be an actual thing someone actually wrote that's just like not super. Sorry, dude. I'm waiting for all my npm packages to come back because I just nuked everything because I got paranoid. I got paranoid about installing that package. Anyways, well, this is coming in. Let's go back to Mongo. We have fun here. All right, so we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna just start without my typing. It's probably gonna be as slow since I'm like installing the world right now from MongoDB. All right. And now we're going to create a new Mongo client. New Mongo Mongo client. I can't live without TypeScript, man. Oh, here, that works. Let me get my typing in here real quick. I'm glad I caught that actually. I would have caught that anyways, but I'm going to bring in the typing so I can know exactly what's in this without having to keep looking at stuff and get my autocomplete right away. So when I set up the MongoD process, you can kind of like specify a port. So I'm just putting this to home, and this is the default port. So this is probably what you'll want. So the string that I'm passing in here. Yeah, localhost, sorry, not home, localhost 27017. That's going to be default. We're just going to do this for now because we're just running this locally, but especially when we're doing some of our other stuff, like eventually I'm going to want to do like an E2E thing that like goes out and spins up stuff, and we're going to want to probably like do our own a DB there, and when we deploy out to somewhere else, we're going to need to make this configurable at some point. So, but for now, we're just going to set this to local so we can just run it. And we're going to, I'm just going to throw in some of these configs here from my other thing where I kind of spec this out. I'm not sure exactly what a lot of this stuff does. Pool size is obviously the pool size. New URL parser, true. That sounds good. That all sounds good. All right, but anyways, we made our client now. We've got some configs on it. We're going to need to set some more configs to make this configurable based on our environment. but for now, we're going to just take our Mongo client and we're going to connect. And now we're going to export. We'll just call it Mongo. It's equal to our Mongo client.db. We'll call it our circle. So if you're coming from like SQL background or stuff like that, it's kind of where I got started. You probably think, well, he needs to add a new DB. Like he probably needs to go in and like run some SQL or some equivalent to do that. No, not in Mongo. Mongo, you just kind of say, connect to and make a new DB. It's like, okay, here's your DB. And then you're like, add something to this collection. Even if the collection doesn't exist yet, it just kind of makes it and pushes it in there. So it's much more free. It's much more loosey-goosey, I guess, than Postgres or SQL or any kinds of SQL you're used to. All right, so we've got our Mongo now. What is it like about this? TSLib. The syntax requires an imported helper. I don't know. Well, let's push ahead. This will probably come back. Is this killing the process? No. Well, it's not even being imported yet. So I'm just going to go to our content post for now, and we'll see where that bites us later. So I don't know how to solve it. So right now we kind of have our post stuff. So this is our other lib where our content post stuff lives, like stuff for our all of our backend code, or that deals with our content posts is here. So we've got this stuff, and we're kind of using this post things here to do things in memory. We're just like exporting this and passing it around, pushing stuff into it. So now that we've got Mongo, we're actually going to just kill this because we don't want to store our posts in memory. We want their source of truth to be in this Mongo thing. So now we've kind of got to go through for each one of our files here. So each one of these things are really request handlers. We just got to go through and update them. So instead of pushing to this post, we're using our Mongo and throwing them in. And I thought about doing like an adapter for this. Maybe we'll want to do that at some point down the future because I think there's a high likelihood I'm probably going to get like so frustrated with Mongo at some point that I'm going to want to switch to Postgres. But for now, we'll just put it in it as if we know that Mongo is going to be attached here. So just to talk about adapters real quick, because that's an interesting thing. The idea of an adapter in our architecture is to make this, like the whole goal with making out all these libs is to make things more modular. And the unfortunate part is by importing Mongo in here, which has like this really distinct interface that's definitely going to be different than any kind of Postgres thing I bring in, I am tightly coupling the post module to the Mongo module. If I instead wrote some like connector for this, where I had an interface that could just like expose a method or a function that could hit this like the Mongo, the stuff in our Mongo could implement that interface, and then I could just kind of keep doing things here in my post module based off the interface of that adapter. And then if we ever did bring Postgres in at some point, I wouldn't even need to touch this module really. I just need to make a new Postgres adapter, have it implement that interface, and then things would just kind of go. And that's a better way to do things. And I want to do that at some point, but today is not that day. But yeah, so we've come in here, we're in create post, and we're doing stuff with, we're getting the content off the body. I think my girls are knocking for me right now. Oh, mom is there. Mom is there to get them. So we're making our new post. Instead of pushing this onto the post thing, we're going to import our Mongo. Import Mongo from Zach Livestream backend Mongo. That should do it. And then we're going to do mongo.collection. We're going to call this content post. And I've got knocking at my door, so I'll be right back. Let me switch to this real soon. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My girls are very excited to be the weekend so we can hang out. But we got a little bit of time left before then. So we got our collection of content posts, and we're going to want to add one, I believe. Is that what it's called? It's either add or create. Maybe it's neither. Create indexes. Find one. Insert one. That's what it was. It was one of those. So we're going to insert the new post. And that's it. I think, so this is going to return a promise. Hey, Brandon, what's up, man? How's it going? We're bringing in Mongo to our project right now. So yeah. Right now too. So right now I've got this like post counter thing for the IDs too that we don't want. So I'm going to get rid of that. The idea is now instead we are going to push. So we're going to have a new post that we kind of create here. Author ID we're just going to have hard coded still. Because eventually we don't have auth set up yet. Hopefully we'll get to that today. It's starting to look unlikely. And we're going to push in a new date for when it was created. But we're going to let Mongo insert this new post in, and Mongo is going to generate like a unique ID for this when it calls insert one and pushes this in. So let's see. What is this? It's supposed to be insert one. Let's see. Let me look at my snippets here. Fast track this a little bit. Posts. Look at create a post. All right, so it's doing that stuff. Contents. Okay. I think that makes sense. Okay, so first of all, await is red because this isn't an asynchronous function yet. Dedoy. So at this point, though, if we just set it like this, we'd have created the new post and put it into the Mongo, and it would have an ID assigned to it. But when we send this back, this new post being sent is actually this right here. Right, so it's still missing an ID. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to say constant ID is equal to this dot inserted ID. So that'll give us the ID as a, well, it's giving us an any. It's interesting. I think that's going to give it as like the object. So I think I need to call like 2 hex string on this. Right? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's right. And this should give us a string for the ID. So then we'll want to send our new post, but we'll want to add that ID on there. So this is where we might want to put some generics in this. Let's see. When I look at this, so this will tell us what the params are. The second one will tell us the body. Oh, so that'll tell us the response body. Okay. I'm not going to do that yet. Eventually, I think I want to put in some nice generics in here to make this super TypeScript. Make sure we're sending like the interface in the way we expect it. So we've got sort of this this shared lib that's neither in front end or back end. That just contains some of our models. So right now, this is the request that our client's going to send to the back end, and this is the content post as the back end is going to send to our front end. So I'm going to do one more. So I'm going to call this export interface Mongo content post, which is going to have many of the same things as the content post. And actually, I'm going to do this as a type. Export type equals, and then use with ID here. Export type, I got my syntax wrong. Export type Mongo content post. So with ID, we don't have with ID yet. That should come in from Mongo. Cool. So what with ID does is it just takes whatever kind of interface that gets passed into it, and it's going to throw in. Oh, thanks, Lazy. Appreciate it. It's going to throw in the underscore ID. So this is like the Mongo way of designating an index, is via the ID here. So yeah, I may not need to have the with ID when I define this here, but I'm not sure. The idea though is we can like specify this collection here. It would be a Mongo content post. And let's see, I think I'm not exporting this yet. So I want to make sure. I was going to do star. Who am I kidding? So the index files on our libs are kind of really nice. If you want to like define a distinct API for like what should you actually be using to interface with the lib. And that's why, kind of doing this export star is kind of frowned upon, but it's just so easy. So we're going for it. So now we should be able to import the, it should be Mongo content post. There you go. Right. So now by doing this, we're saying this collection is a collection of Mongo content posts. So this is kind of magic string. This is going to be the name of the collection right here, and we're going to insert one of our new posts up here. So I think now if I had a typo in here, would it give me? Yeah, it would give me a type error here, which is what we want. Fix the type error, and now we can insert that thing. So now we have a string. I think that's why too it didn't know what this inserted ID was just yet. But now it knows that this is a object ID, and so now we can call to hex string on that. So now when we create a post, things should work. So let me try that. We've still got our client running. I'm going to go into our Mongo shell here. So we're going to show DBs again. Oh, it's not working yet. Let's see. I think I can just create a post here. And oh shoot, I missed the. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to proxy to it. Oh, it's probably because it's dead. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I probably jumped the gun there. Let's try to switch the other ones first before we try to make sure that's working. Just so we can get the API to build. So we're going to do the same thing. So this is a request handler to get a post by an ID. So we've got the ID from the param. Our matching post right now is looking at that old array and just running a find on that. So instead here we're going to use Mongo. Let's make this async. And we're going to do Mongo, oops. I import that dot collection. And this is a Mongo content post. Content posts dot find one. I'm going to put in the filter here, which is just the ID is equal to that ID. I think I need to do this as a new object ID. There you go. I think I just await this. So now, because it knows what the collection type is, it's going to know that our matching post is a Mongo ID right now. Or so it's a Mongo content post, which means, well, we could still have this, but before we send it over, we're going to want to just map that over real quick. So I'm just going to create this function here real quick. Export convert to content post. That's going to take in Mongo content post. It's Mongo content post. It's just going to return a regular old content post. This is going to return the object, which is ID is equal to Mongo content post dot ID dot to hex string, and then for the other three things, copy, oops, paste, oops, Mongo content post dot paste. That's not what I wanted at all. All right, I tried to be fancy. Author, oops. Created. We need to hit a thing there. Cool. Now we're just going to throw this in here first. Convert to content post. And let's make sure that's imported from our... Oh, this one's doing a bad import. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. That not come in. From Zach Livestream, we want the content post utils. Go. So yeah, that did that. I think that's all set now. So pretty much we had like a Mongo content post, and we wanted to convert it to the right format, so we could send it back to the client in the way we want it. So that should be working now. We just got one left to go. This get posts. So before we were just sending all the posts. This time we're going to bring in our Mongo dot collection of content posts. Give it its generic Mongo content post equals or dot find, and we're going to make this async, so we can call const posts equals, we're actually going to call this Mongo posts, because again we're going to have to convert these. We're going to await the find, and then we're going to call toArray, which is going to give us a promise of an array of whatever this is. So now we should see our Mongo content posts is an array of Mongo content posts. So now we're going to want to just res.send. We're going to take the Mongo posts, but first we're going to map them to the convert content posts. All right, I think that should do it. Still giving me some. Oh, what's that about? Let me try restarting. That doesn't look good. What happened? Oh. I think that was just, no? I lied. Cannot find narwhal/nx cloud. Huh. Let's try. I wonder when I did my npm install. Brandon, you missed it. I installed a bad Mongo package because I misspelled it, and I got freaked out. So I nuked my my node modules. So let's try bringing in. I think this needs to just be a dev dependency. Let's try installing that explicitly. That may be something wrong with NX. So Brandon, what I did was I nuked my node modules because I got freaked out. I installed something malicious, and then I ran another npm-i, and now I'm getting this error that when I try to run my backend, I think it said here that we can't find narwhal/nx cloud. So I wonder if we're not adding that to like the package JSON when we run like create new NX workspace. We'll see. Let's see if this fixes it. It's kind of weird not hearing you guys. Like it's fun having the chat here, but it would be nicer to hear y'all because you could probably tell me if I'm doing something wrong here. Let's see if that fixes it. It's weird that this didn't happen last time I served though. I don't know. All my Bitcoin belong to him. I think that did fix it. So I think that might be a thing. But yeah. Oh, I'm still trying to get posts here. So we can just fix that. The API is back up. Let me restart this so I can pick up that proxy. So that things can communicate. I'm starting to second guess myself too. Lazy. Yeah, I'll file one after the stream. Or I'll just. I don't know. I don't think filing an X issue would be good use of stream time. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is. Feels like I don't know when this happened where it started like. Well, I guess this is because I nuked my node modules. That's fair. That only happens once. All right, there we go. I'll do it after I make sure this is working. Brandon, look at all I tried to get done today. Where'd it go? 7:30. I'm still on number one. We're not going to get to auth today. The package the package that I didn't have was at narwhal/nxcloud. Yeah, Lazy got it. And I believe let me check my stuff here. Yeah, so just looking at how it was before today. Oh, it was in there. Why didn't it get installed? I ran npm install. I don't know. it's there. Is this wrong? Should this be at latest? I don't know. Brandon. I'm out of my element here. Yeah, I'll message you about that later. Let me see if this works. So if I do test and hit submit, hey, that worked. But I'm getting more than I wanted. That's okay. I know what that is. So that's in our. If we go to our create post handler, we want to use the same convert here. Okay. So I hate doing another round here, but that's all right. So I'm going to call new ID is equal to this. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to send. They're going to be lame. Wait a second. How did I have this before? New post, comma ID. It's interesting. And then when we got this back, what did we have? Had the underscore ID here. So we got like an extra underscore ID coming back from the API. Let me see what the network did exactly. Yeah, so we got an extra underscore ID on that. I would not have expected that. What doesn't it like about new posts right here? I know, I should have just used Yarn. Is Yarn Facebook? Yarn's Facebook, right? I remember talking to that once. Just something being Facebook makes people immediately not like it. That I may have some things against React for similar reasons. Property of type. Oh. That's odd. Still weird to me that we're getting the underscore ID here. Like we're getting the new post. Is it like mutably adding an underscore ID to this? That would be upsetting. Let's test that. All right, so we're going to log the new post there, and then after we await the insert. I probably should debug this, but I'm a bad programmer. So that restarted. Let me try just doing it again. Test, submit. It's totally mutably changing that object. What in the world? I'm so disappointed in the Mongo driver right now. You don't even know. What if I froze that? Would that kill everything? uh, let's try it. It killed it. Yeah, it killed it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like my world just got shook. That's all right. All right. So apparently, can't just send that. We're going to want to send content is equal to new post content author ID new post author ID and created and go. Proxy got killed, so I'm going to restart. Here's the unfortunate part about adding in Mongos. Now I got to go and clear out those garbage objects. Brandon, I think that's part of the thing Victor started hating about about Node. It was weird. I kind of thought his ire would turn to Mongo for that, but okay, so that's working. Let's refresh this. And now if we do a test, there you go. That's all we needed. Alrighty. We got stuff in our Mongo. Let me go in. So here I'm going to use, let's show the DBs again. We're going to use our circle. Now we're going to do db.collection. What do we call it? Content posts. And we're going to just run find on that. What did I do? DB collection is not a function. Oh, I don't need db.collection. I just need collection, I think. Or I'm lying about that too. Got exception, collection is not defined. Looking up how to use Mongo CLI. Let's give me the examples. db.bios. I don't want no BIOS. Where's the collections at? Oh, wait. Is it BIOS was the name of the collection in that? In the BIOS collection. There we go. Okay. My Google flu is pretty weak. I've seen some people who have amazing Google flu. Actually, since I have the, I don't know how this is going to work with the dash in there. Post is not defined. Can I do like this? It seems like it won't work. No, it worked. That is strangely JavaScript-ish without really being JavaScript. Okay, so we've got these things here. I guess I wasn't like making things dirty when I threw that in. The only thing that was bad was the thing that got sent back. So I don't really need to clear these out. So yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Let me go ahead and go back to here. All right, I'm gonna mark this one as done. I'm declaring it done. We only got 4 minutes till I want to end stuff, so I think we'll just leave auth till tomorrow. It's unfortunate. So I'll just talk about it for a little bit while we're here. For this project, I really want it to be like a like the analogy I've been using is like WordPress. Like this, I think the idea would be like this would be something you just kind of unwrap on a server, like just unload it, and then things just work. And I don't want anything to go like externally, like even to the point of using like OAuth to someone else's OAuth token to sign in. So I want to write my own auth for this project, but I think in general you should never write your own auth, just because it's so complicated. There's so many things you could get wrong, and it's really hard. So yeah, and I love. There's I think Alex O actually works on this. He was talking about it yesterday. The Firebase auth I think is amazing. Like just dropping in like Firebase auth to some projects you're using, some other like the cloud storage or the Firestore. It's amazingly nice to work with compared to some of the other things I've seen. Lazy says, I'm a Mongo noob, so I use the Mongo Compass app to browse. I need to start using that, Lazy. I'm not a snooty guy that likes to use CLIs. I'm just lazy and don't like to install other tools sometimes. We need to get like edX to just install like some sort of GUI for Mongo and for Postgres too. That would be cool. But yeah, I'm not trying to use the CLI because I'm snooty. Although it does kind of help, like the CLI and the driver that we're using are remarkably similar, but that's almost a bad thing because they're almost too similar. Like why I was trying to do db.collections and then pass in the string rather than just have the collection be the property of the database. So yeah, I'll need to look that up. Mongo Compass app. So yeah, Firebase auth is really good. So we use auth 0 in some of our narwhal stuff. I kind of like it. It's all right, but I feel like the client stuff, the stuff on the SPA, at least compared to the Firebase stuff, is just much more complicated. And maybe not so much to set up, but to understand everything that's happening, like the translations going back and forth and all the way around. I was trying to set up like some end-to-end stuff at some point with that, where inside of the end-to-end thing, I just wanted to like mock out that someone was authenticated. That was like impossible. Like that was that was one of the harder things I've done since I've been at Narwhal, I think, which was unfortunate. But yeah, Lazy Brandon, you got any cool weekend plans? I know my girls are ready for me to be done with computers for the week. Oh, nice, man. I really don't know as much about Ivy as I should. Lazy, are you in the U.S.? Are you in Europe? Or maybe I shouldn't ask you that. That's kind of personal. I don't know. In Denmark. That's awesome. I have never been. I'm in Arizona right now, and we're spiking with our corona numbers. So, it's actually gotten me really scared to the point where I started trying to run and exercise as much as possible. So, yeah, that was probably a good thing. Kicked my butt into shape a little bit, but I'm terrified of what's going to happen if I get it. So just trying to take my vitamin D, get sunlight, try to get as healthy as I can, and hope it doesn't get me. So In Denmark, are y'all pretty much over it? Like the pandemic? Wonder if there's a delay. Dang. 500 active cases. I'm curious. See if there's... For a while, man, I was just watching deaths. Like, that was the only thing I was watching. So I didn't trust the numbers being reported. But I think this is new cases. So on today alone, or I guess this is yesterday, we had 2,500. That's only Arizona. I'm very jealous of you, Lizzie. I am very jealous of you. My wife actually, she took a test on Monday, and she was feeling sick, but it was more like stomach bug kind of stuff. So I was kind of hopeful that she didn't have it. And this is the one I was using. Lazy. They didn't have it statewide when I was looking at it originally, though. So this one will have active cases. Yeah, look at that. Arizona versus Denmark. We got you beat this one in this case, man. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. Dang. Yeah, my wife took a test, came back negative just the other day. Her dad took the test too. He's living nearby us here. You went to Legoland. That's awesome. Yeah, we have a Legoland over in California. We went to for my son Luke's birthday in January. Legoland was pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to see the U.S. right now. What's going on? I saw this thing that I have no idea how true it is, but it was like the White House started having all numbers come through the White House instead of going to the CDC. It's like as soon as that happened, mysteriously everything flattened out. I don't see anything flattening out here. So I don't know if that's true or not. Active cases. And this isn't even a second wave. It just kind of like took a break to admire the scenery right here and then kept going. It never really went down. Good Lord. Now daily deaths at least, well, it was going down. I think this is, what's the 7-day moving? Oh, that's a 3-day. Yeah, that's a definite uptick. That's sad. Well, glad you got to go to Legoland, man. Hope it was fun for y'all. I hope you have a good day at the beach tomorrow. I'll be here being jealous of you. I appreciate that, man. All right, I'm gonna sign off, y'all. Thanks for hanging out, Lazy and Brandon. I'll probably tweet about y'all hanging out with me. I'll blame you for not getting as much stuff done, but this was fun. Thanks, y'all. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you next week.